Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com.
There is only one football!
Oh yes, guys! It's live tonight, coast to coast, in the country of lockdowns that we're used to. The country of lockdowns, the CCP capital of Australia, Victoria, Melbourne, Victoria, Andrew Ganistan.
Who's that?
New country we got.
There we go. What's going on here? Got another message.
We got a party happening,
It
guys.
says that we are live on now. Oh, that's fair enough. Well, I knew that. What did they tell me? I mean, I'm
this
here.
is
How can we
the
not be
one.
live? It's live. We're here.
Now is it done?
Not pre-recorded.
Don't never stop.
Just like Hey Hey.
We should've known. Gotta be strong. We should've known. Right from the top. And when you feel the heat, the world is at your feet. No one can hold you back if you really want it. I see it in your eyes. You want the cup of life. Not the days here, you're gonna get it. Woo. Do you really want it?
Hey.
Do you really want it? Hey!
Oh.
Here we go.
we
Ale,
go.
ale, ale.
Ole,
Go,
ole,
go, go. Ale, ale, ale.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night.
It is the night.
We're gonna celebrate. Here we go. We are the people. We are the passion. We are the history. We are history tonight, guys. We got Boutsianos coming on. Carlos Bielli. And we got the Footballers Super Cup quiz. The
Yes.
Super Quiz where you could win. You could win a massive prize tonight, guys. A 1-year subscription to the CTV network. Frothy, it's our way. It's our way. The highway, Frothy.
Bloody highway.
The highway tonight, mate. The highway's bloody looking good tonight. We got a lot of things happening tonight, guys. A lot of crap stuff.
We've got a lot of stuff. You mentioned...
Sit down. Just bloody well sit down. Stop bloody doing it quickly,
listen,
go.
I'm sick and tired of
Just
this.
all these bloody idiots here, mate.
He's here every Friday, this guy. Now, can I say his name?
That's him.
Now, here goes
Carlos.
Horace again. Now, listen.
Horace, the bloody pro again, mate. Bloody.
Now, you mentioned the highway.
That's right, yeah, the highway,
now,
mate.
You and I both know it's... Did you say the F word?
Yeah, finally.
Very windy outside, and
It's very windy.
I nearly ran into a tree, so
Jesus.
I'm lucky I'm here. But listen, seriously, we're going to have a con on in how long?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Well, it will only take me a minute and a half.
My God,
to
man,
tell you
it's
this.
terrible.
Now, last week, if you can recall, we had a viewer. I don't think he's a member.
Yes.
I don't know the guy, but apparently his name
yep.
is. I just wrote it down here.
Yes.
John Theos. Apparently.
That bloke, who's he? He looks like, sounds like a doctor. Dr. John Theos.
Maybe he's a doctor.
A psychologist,
a
psycho.
Now, you and I both know he came to the rescue. He
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
say,
He did.
well,
Yes,
you
yes.
could look at it as constructive criticism.
I see what you mean.
So we have started our diet.
Oh, really? Yeah, we have.
I know you've lost 4 kilos because I
400
put you on-
kilos, mate.
Well, call it 4 for now, and I've lost 2.
Unbelievable, mate.
So we'd like to thank John Theos for bringing that to our attention. So
of course,
what I
yes,
did,
of course, yes, of course.
So what I did, because I know John Theos, well, I'm told.
Get out of here, mate.
Horace again.
Horace, you bloody
bastard.
get the gun, get the gun, get the gun. Got the
Now,
mug,
John
got him.
Theos, apparently I heard.
Oh, Jesus.
I did some research on the guy, and he doesn't work very often. I would say purposely doesn't work.
I get you.
Would that be called a bludger? Would it?
No, it's called a person that works for the government.
He works for the government, and so what I did, I've got I got
He works for the government, mate.
I have got friends at Myer here at Melbourne.
Yes,
and basically I called him. I've got contacts.
He's going to be working as he's going to be working at doing the perfumes there.
No,
selling
I
perfumes,
found him
mate,
a job, and
basically
he's going to work at Myer. Now I've got the evidence here. I've got it on my phone.
We're going to get on with the show.
Now, what happened is I got him the job there. So he's a contributor. He's a tax contributor.
Really?
So it's about time he paid his tax to help us. So what his job is, I'll put it close there to the screen.
Yes.
There he is. He's working as a mannequin now. And as you can see,
looks good.
There he is there. So he's finally landed a job.
Mate, looks beautiful. They're laughing at him.
Now, I tell you what, Mr. John Theos,
unbelievable, mate.
Whoever this character is, he's telling us that we're carrying a few kilos. Now,
well, you know,
would you call that a big gut or what?
It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. Well, we got who we got on there?
We got Con Boutsianos coming on in a minute or so. We'll give me another minute. The situation is right now, guys. We got Carlos Bielli coming to talk about the Matildas. The Matildas. We're not happy with what's going on right now, guys. I left them at half time when they were 1-0 and something happened after that, which you're going to find out. And also, what do they call this thing tonight? We're going to call this the, what's it called?
Competition.
Connie's calling us.
Connie's calling us.
We've got to get him right now.
Well, can I say one more thing before we get Con on?
Hello, Con, are you there?
Can I just give the bird to John Theos? Well, maybe I'll give
Con, are you there, Con?
Harry, are you on? Sorry.
We are live right now. Welcome, Con.
Who are we talking to? Hello.
One of my friends wants to watch it. How does he watch it? Sorry,
Con, he's got to go to Football List. The page,
yes.
Football List page, and he can press like and he can see it there, live right now. How's that?
Football List page on Facebook.
That's right. So we're on live with you, Con, right now.
Now, Con, he might not recognise us because we had a viewer last week.
A lobotomy.
He put in a bit of a. Well, he's a bit nasty. He said we're carrying a few kilos. So Harry and I have lost a few kilos. He might not recognise us, but it is us. Just let him know we look a little bit different
that's right,
from
Con.
the last week.
Now.
So, no, that's all good.
Okay, now.
So what have we got?
Now, Con, are you there?
You
there, Con?
He's there.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Con, now.
He's there.
I'm going to mention to you something that we put up there, and somebody actually put something up. The coach of the Yollyroos said, Benedict Arnold. We call him Benedict Arnold, of course.
Benedict Arnold.
We love calling him Benedict.
Yes.
We will shock the world. We will shock the world, Con.
Well, he did shock the world, didn't he?
Were we shocked after the Egyptian game? How do you think? What do you think of that?
I was very surprised, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what Arnie's context. Maybe he said it in some other context, but you'd have to clarify that. If he meant that he was going to shock the world. Oh, yeah. My interpretation of that means that they're going to win it and they're going to beat everyone.
Well, I got the different message, Con. I thought he was just being upfront and honest and say, we'll shock you. We will lose to Egypt, a game they shouldn't have lost, but at the end of the day, they lost. So what happens now? Where are they going from here, the Olyroos, Harry?
Well, I've got some questions for Connie. Con, now we spoke this afternoon, I was looking at the 1992 Olyroos. You played in that, is that right? And I tell you what, we got a good result in that one. We ended up in the semi-final, is that right?
The real Olyroos, thank you.
No, I was in the Olyroos squad initially, but I didn't actually go to Barcelona because I went overseas to trial.
Okay.
But I didn't make the squad in the end. But I was in the squad initially. It was a very good squad, very good squad.
Now, Con, what I'd like to say is, where have we failed? Where have these boys, I don't know whether they were up to it. As a coach yourself, Con, we really need to dissect exactly what's going on here.
We got to dissect.
Are the players up to this sort of situation? I can remember right now that we had better Olyroos players being developed when we had the centre of excellence. Now that's gone.
Correct.
Now these A-League clubs now have their own little development that they got right there now, their own little developments. Now, I don't know whether that works, but I know in the past, from the NSL, which also had the centre of elegance, was very different, Con. What do you think?
That's the one, yes.
Look, firstly, that was the AIS you're talking about.
Exactly,
right?
yes. With Ron Smith, and Gary Cole.
Smudger.
That's right.
Yeah, well, Ron Smith was running it. The thing is, back in those days, and I've said it before, and we might have to repeat ourselves, but we have to sometimes so people can understand.
Well, we're over 50.
This
That's natural.
I'm a Socceroo, right? So
Exactly.
Please, I want people to understand that I want my country to win too. You know, it's not that I don't want them, but I don't get emotionally attached to it too much. I'm looking at it from a perspective of, are we good enough? What are the strengths of our players? Can we beat a top team?
Yes.
What are the reasons we aren't winning tournaments? And at the end of the day, as a supporter, we all get emotionally excited because we beat Argentina. Okay, now Argentina for me have produced many more, much greater teams than that one that played against Australia.
Yes.
For me, they were an average Argentinian team. And the other bit is, in Olympic Games, a lot of the top players don't take it too seriously. They're getting ready for pre-season for European games, whether it's La Liga or England.
Yes.
Those players they're very careful that they don't get injured. So going back to the Argentinian game, Australia, they did well and they won the game. Okay, so if they won, they deserved to win, and that was good. And I think they scored a good first goal, but I think that the referee made an enormous error to give the two yellow cards to that kid. He could have given anyone else a yellow card in the box. So it was a little bit lucky. And for my liking, I would say, look, Australia played well. We were a little bit lucky because they were playing with 10 men.
Yes.
And I think if they had 11 men, it would have been a bit more difficult to win, but we could still have won, of course. So
yes.
It was a great effort by the boys, and okay, we beat Argentina. Now, everyone gets carried away and starts saying, oh, we beat Argentina, and you read in the news and people are talking about it, and we beat Argentina. But no one understands what I just said, that they don't really take it that seriously. Argentinian team was not great.
They weren't.
And now we find ourselves playing against Spain. Right. Spain didn't get out of even first gear. For me, when I saw this, they only really started pressing on in about the 70th or 75th minute because it was still 0-0. And
that's right.
Australian players were keeping us out. The Australian players were keeping the Spanish out. It's not that the Spanish didn't play well. I mean, they dominated the whole game, really. Okay, we didn't really have that many chances. And then they put Asensio on, and he came on in 5 or 6 minutes. He's knocked a great ball, and they've gone 1-0 up, and that's the end of that.
Before we go on a bit more about that, these guys, half of them were playing in the Euro. Was that right? They were saying half of them playing in the Euro.
Which ones?
Some of these guys were playing in the Euro. They said that half of these players were playing in the Euro, the Spanish guys. Can't believe it.
Well, I'd say Asensio. I think that Barcelona won them. Pedri.
Yes.
Yes, they were playing. But even so, they weren't really pushing themselves. You could tell they were just strolling half the time.
Yes.
I'm not saying that they didn't, they weren't trying at all, but really they weren't really pushing the way they would in a normal international.
Yes, exactly.
But irrespective of that, we couldn't. Yeah, I mean the Spanish are just, they're very good. So,
yes.
Australia. Sorry, I'm watching Great Britain and Australia women's game, and
yes.
England missed a penalty. So
England missed well, we could be up there. Who knows now?
Well, it's 2-2
still in extra time. So anyway,
watching,
sorry to move away, but
that's fine.
Then what happened is that we end up playing Egypt. Okay, and I think that the team set up to play for a draw. That's what it looked like.
It was back passes every time, Con. Back to the goalkeeper, back here, back there. Come on, Con. What sort of tactics are these, Con?
Well,
Benedict
they all
Arnold
play
tactics.
those tactics. They worked against 10 men against
Yes.
Argentina because they were playing with 10 men. But what Egypt did is they pressed extremely well, and they put them under pressure. And Australia weren't capable enough. It's okay when you're playing with 5 at the back and the goalkeeper and you're passing against 2 forwards. But when everyone pressed, we weren't capable of coming out, number one.
Yes.
Second of all, we weren't looking to go forward because as far as I saw the game, if it was a boxing match, they destroyed us in all the departments, Egypt. And Egypt came 0-0 with Spain. So they were more aggressive. Australia's scored with a women's deflection. That's a great goal. They penetrated the lines very well. They defended extremely well, Egypt. The only thing that Egypt couldn't do well was cross or shoot, which is a common thing around the world.
A lot of missing. A lot over the bar.
So if they were any good in the finishing and the crossing, they could have won that game by 5.
Exactly.
Right. Now, to give the boys credit, I believe that they did their best, whatever, but they were in all departments they were beaten, right?
Yes.
And Deng had a great chance with a header.
I saw that.
The keeper made an extremely good save, and he also made one from Arzani.
Yes.
Right. Now, Arzani's shot was a good shot, but it wasn't as great as the header.
No.
But the keeper did well. But
yes.
And everyone's saying that Australia played really well. Well, Australia only started to attack in the second half.
Yes.
They really didn't attack. Egypt were playing a good brand of football. They weren't going backwards to the goalkeeper. They were penetrating. They wanted to win.
They were coming forward all the time.
They wanted to win, and they came forward, and then they exposed Australia, and they deservedly beat us without a doubt. Right?
That's true.
Now, I hate to say it, but they deserved to win that game. Also, I think we've watched Arzani play, and to give credit to some of the boys, for me, Atkinson in the right back position was the player of the tournament for Australia. He was consistent in all the games. He moved forward. I think he could improve slightly, maybe on his crossing and his shooting.
Yes.
If that could, I know he's not going to get in too many shooting positions, but if he could improve those areas, that Atkinson's got a bright future in England or Europe, without a doubt.
That's right.
Now, Tilio, for me, maybe, he could have played a little bit extra minutes, but, Arnie, I suppose he went with his team, and you've got to respect that.
Yes.
The other thing is, everyone talks about Arzani, and I had a discussion about Arzani on SEN Sports many years ago, and they asked me about him. I think he's a great dribbler. I think he moves well, but he can't finish. And if he could just work on his finishing, he could reach his full potential. But he never finishes off with anything, and that's why. I mean, he went to Scotland. Unfortunately, he did his knee. The coach said he wasn't fit enough in Scotland, and then he went to Holland, and then they loaned him out. And it's the last 4 or 5 years, I've never seen Arzani play for a team and score maybe 5 goals in a season.
Yeah, this is the thing. I've not seen him score many goals myself, Con. He's not a finisher. He's like you said, the only way he can get out there, Con, is to get out and practice and practice and practice. Some of these guys, they practice their dribbling, but do they do the rest of the stuff? Do they do the stuff that can make them even a greater player? We've seen this before. Haven't you seen this before, Con? You can come up to the field, you can do whatever you can, but you can't finish. If you can't finish, are you a great player?
Well, we go back to the thing, and I wish I could help. Look, I'd love to help Arnie, and I'd love to help his senior team. And I can make bold comments because I've been developing players for the last 20 years.
And you have.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it, and especially in the areas of finishing and the technical area, mechanically. I think that everyone needs it, including the Matildas, including the Olyroos, including under-17s, including senior teams. They all need to know how to finish better and be technically better. But they're not taught. And I'd make a bold statement because, I've worked with some of the best players in the world. Why is it that I can work with some other players from the US and from other countries, and my own country, I've got them sit there, I'm willing to help them, and they don't want the help. People can't keep on making excuses. We tried our best.
I'm going to tell you.
We can't keep on making excuses. if we don't start winning tournaments, we can't keep on talking about how great we did.
That's right.
That's not. The only one who's ever won is Ange Postecoglou.
Yes,
he's the only one. He won the Asian Cup. He's doing it maybe a little bit tough initially now at Celtic, but he's going to need at least a year to develop that team. But no one's done it as good as him, and that's the reality of it. He went to Japan. He won the title within 2 years.
Yes.
Graham Arnold, unfortunately, got sacked within 2-3 months. Now, that's not a difference. Sometimes the best coaches in the world get sacked after 2-3 months.
We know how desperate they are in European leagues, that they need success straight away when they get a coach, and you know that for your fact. So Arnold would have failed really dismally in Japan, and they turfed him out straight away. So Ange is there for the long haul. Let's see how we go with him. And we know what sort of coach he is. Of course we do. But Ange did finish around 4th last in his first year. Yep.
So look, it all depends. Maybe Graham Arnold, the club that he was at.
Yep.
You've got to be a bit, it's not sympathetic, more the word that I'm looking for. It's the reality is that if an owner says, I don't want you anymore, that may be it. Now, Ange had 2 years. They gave him the second year. And I'd spoken to him, and, he bought a couple of Brazilian players, and they made a huge difference. They scored all the goals for him in his team, and good luck to him, and they went on to win the title. Now, when I watch the game, and especially the players, they're being conditioned to play too much possession.
Yes.
Right? It's just too much. And every time they get it, they're always looking to play back to the goalkeeper. We have to start to tell the players that they have to start moving forward. Con, if you don't move forward, what happens when you pass it back? It gives the teams too much time to reorganise their defence.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, I watched our centre forward, D'Agostino, I believe.
Yes.
I don't know the kid. I don't. Where does he actually play? Do you know where he plays his club football?
He's not playing anywhere at the moment. He's got no club.
He's at Perth. He came from Brisbane. He's got potential. You can see it, but he needs more time. He needs more coaching on his finishing.
Yeah, I know, but you can't be in the national team and then saying he needs more potential. You've got to pick the ones who are ready to rock and roll and get you the result.
But who are they, Con? There's no one there. There's no one else there.
I know that, but that means the work hadn't been done 5-7 years ago.
Exactly.
That's right.
And you said it before, when someone knows the game like you know the game, and you can prove it, and they don't give you an opportunity to go and help, obviously you'll help him in some shape or form to improve him, even if you improve 5%. We're doing something.
Well, I'm not going to improve him. I'm telling you that I'm 100 million % I'm going to improve it, because I'm going to put them under pressure to the stage where when they get into certain situations and there's a chance to move forward and there's a chance to have a shot, and then I'm going to analyse what type of shot they're taking and when they should be taking that shot.
That's
and
right.
if they don't do it, then they're going to be repeating that exercise until they bloody can do it.
Exactly.
Because when they play the game, they're going to need to know how to score. And that comes from repetition. It doesn't come from playing possession.
I was going to say, it was in my head to say repetition. Keep going, on and on till you get it right.
But it's all about...
Yes, but you've got to practice that shooting through repetition. Now, when I saw our centre forward, D'Agostino, who's meant to be playing up front, for me, he fell down too easily too many times, right, and complained to the referee 3 or 4 times, and he was too busy taking long throws and using the towel. He's a centre forward. He should have been up there trying to take a guy on and have a shot at goal.
That's right.
I don't see Lionel Messi taking long throws, trying to throw it to our 6'6" defender and hoping that we're going to score.
Con?
That was a hit and hope.
Well, the coaching, obviously, Con, is not the appropriate coaching and the development and getting these boys to be ready. It's obviously not there, because we know it's very easy to play the back ball, all the time, because the strikers just look at you and they go, they're only going to go back. There's no pressure. So, I mean, if you can do that and score at the same time, but if you do that all the time, you're limiting your opportunities to score because you're spending so much time in your own half, and it's not positive. It gets boring. It's the same old thing all the time. But if you look at Real Madrid and Barcelona, Liverpool, the great teams, they can do that. But guess what? They punish sides that are just as good as them as well. That's the difference.
Exactly. They punish you. they'll hold on to it, but they will punish you if they find the littlest
Mistake.
space.
That's right.
And
The smallest
and
gap. Exactly.
We cannot punish top opposition.
No, you
we
can't.
can't.
No,
Right?
no.
And if we think that we're going to keep this curriculum where we say, because I'm not blaming James Johnson, but after we beat Argentina, he wrote a comment saying our system's working because we're giving kids an opportunity to play in the A-League under 23s. I haven't heard so much rubbish in my whole life. We're giving the opportunity. They get the opportunity. They're not training hard enough, and they're not learning how to do the basic skills to win a game. You beat Argentina.
True.
How come he didn't say anything about Spain and Egypt? I didn't see a tweet about that.
No specialist training for the boys, specialist training to make them play the way they should play. There isn't specialist training. Do we have specialist coaches in this game? You're a specialist coach, Con. You work on those errors that they make to fix them. That's repetition, like you said, but you've got this system that you can make them improve. This is where we had a problem last week. We spoke with Andrew Bennell. Andy Bennell, you know who Andrew Bennell is. Same thing.
Yes, I used to play against Andy.
Yeah, and Andy said it the same thing. We have that many, myself here, I can come and help, I can do things, but they don't call him just like you. We have the people out there, Con, but they don't come and ask for the help. They know they have the professionals there that played for many years in the NSL and played as the Socceroos and everything, but they don't call them, Con. And that's what Andy said, and he's very disappointed. He's very upset about that too. I'm sure you are.
I'm not disappointed. I'm really not disappointed. I'm disappointed for the players.
Yes.
Right? Because I coached when Samani, who's a friend of mine, was coaching the Matildas. Right? He coaches the New Zealand national team.
Yes.
When he was at the Matildas and I was at the Gold Coast, I rang him up and I said, I'd love to come down and help the girls with some of their shooting practice. And Tamika Yallop was there, and she's in the current team. And he said, Con, not a problem. Come and take a session.
There you go.
Right? And I helped the girls. I did a couple of sessions. But the thing is, I'm willing to help. I feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for the institution, and I don't feel sorry for the coaches, right? Because my job is to help them, and my job is to help the Australian players, and they're not getting the right tuition.
Exactly.
And when I watch them play, and I know that I can help them to score goals, it's much easier than what they're being taught. It's not a God-given right that you think some players can score and some can't. I've got 9, 10-year-old kids who can kick with both feet and are very fluent and are better than some of our national team players. Right? And I'm not saying that they're ready to play in the national team, but pound for pound, when you see them kicking the ball, they're fluent on both sides and they've got a range of different shots.
I've seen your videos. I've seen the videos, Con. I've seen them.
Because they got the right teacher behind them.
And also, Con, I will tell you something right now, and I'm going to mention this to you right now. We have had players come into the Socceroos who were born overseas, who are actually qualified to play for Australia, like Martin Boyle. Now, Martin Boyle has played his football in Europe, which is he's playing for the Socceroos. He's actually, I can't believe the way he plays compared to the others. He comes forward, he takes the game on, he shoots from distance, he's scoring goals. This is the point I want to make. These guys that
was he playing?
He wasn't playing, but I don't know why they wouldn't get him. That's the big problem. Why they wouldn't get this guy? They could have had they can have 3 guys, 3 overage players, and they could have had these specialist players. I mean, Harry Suter's another one. Harry Suter there, you saw what was going on. Agostino want to throw the ball in so that Suter can actually. He's another English boy who's been brought in to play for Australia and the Socceroos. He's played for the Socceroos. He scored goals too for the Socceroos. Now, I don't know, not one goal, not one header, not one bloody header that gets score a goal. Now, these guys, we're going back the same way as the way we were during the 70s when players were coming in and migrating to Australia to play here to bring their professionalism here. You know what I mean? This is what's happening again. We're not finding players here again. They're coming from overseas again. Gus Hiddink did it. We're talking Arrock did it as well, brought players from overseas. The 70s, that's what was going on. You know that, Con.
Because they want, Harry, the thing is with that, look, that happened in the A-League too.
Well,
some coaches want an instant success. They're not too keen on getting young players, getting them to a stage that will become Socceroos. They go for the toilet seat. So an instant hit would be even a 35-year-old Del Piero. He's most likely he's going to be better than a 19-year-old.
We do know that.
Up and about. So, the bottom line stops with the coaches, the coaching staff. They're not giving them the right direction on how to improve them.
Con, this is the thing that Andrew Burnell says. We have something.
did say that.
I'm here to help to promote the game and develop and everything. And they're not talking to him. Not one thing. The same as you, Con. There's a lot of players
Craig
out
Johnson
there.
said the same thing.
Craig Johnson. We spoke to Craig Johnson a few
we're
months
talking
ago.
about
He
Craig
said it.
Johnson, for heaven's sake.
They won't even get him in the picture there, Con. So how do we do this? What do we do?
Well, it's up to the federation and the local federations, and I've spoken to all of them, and I've told them what I do, and I've told them the success, and I had one of the guys from the federation say to me that you're 20 years ahead.
Exactly.
Huh?
What
He
does
said
that
to me
tell
that
you?
I'm 20 years ahead. I said, well, that doesn't make sense then to use me, so I can help you.
Con,
Well,
with
if they said that, they obviously did, then how could they
Well,
not
I'm
put
telling
you
you,
on
why
board?
would I lie to you?
No, I'm saying they said that. They obviously said that. So that, like you said, the next move is when do I start? It just goes to show you, what do they know?
exactly.
Con, it's
Well, hang on
unbelievable.
a second. Well, the Victorian government just gave FFV $110 million.
Jesus.
Or was it the federal government? I don't know. They gave them $110 million to start building Matilda's home base.
At Greensboro.
Oh, that's right, yes.
$110 million.
That's right.
Now, my services are not going to be 110. They'll be about 100 million, not 110.
Yes. I know what
I'm only joking.
I know you're joking. That was a beauty, that one.
I don't see that as a joke. I think that's fair enough, Con.
But what I'm saying is that
Maybe
it
give us some
doesn't
money as
matter how good the facilities are. You need to teach them the basic skills.
expertise.
Of course you do.
We need scorers to win games.
That's
We've got to
right.
teach them how to score, and then the Aussies will do well. I'm telling you, the Aussies have got a great heart. They got power. They've got
Exactly.
a good work ethic. Aussies have got a great lot of
True.
We've got a great attributes for the game, but we lack players who can score.
That's
for
right.
crying out loud.
You
It's
need-
so evident.
You need specialist coaches, Con, and this is, I can tell you right now, when you look at an AFL club has so much money, they put coaches for specialist coaches, skills coaches. They've got kicking
about 10
coaches.
of them in the
They've
box,
got
isn't there?
athletics coaches. They've got all
Everyone.
these coaches to improve every part of their game. And we don't have that, Con. We don't have that. And it's you and Andy Burnell and Craig Johnson that have got these skills, but they don't want to use it. Stupidity.
It's funny because you mentioned AFL, and one of my very good friends played AFL for a very prominent team. I'm not going to tell you who he is.
We'd love to know.
Right.
that.
Kuda feedies, I reckon
Here we
it's all
go.
about.
No, not that. But anyway, he's got a son. Yes, he's
Yep.
got a son, and he's a mate of mine. And he said to me, Con, he knows what I do in my coaching, and I'm a specialist in biomechanics. And
Yes.
he said to me, do you mind if you teach my son how to kick an AFL footy? I said, yeah, no problem. He goes, I've seen how you teach kids how to kick a soccer ball. He goes, and I know you can teach it with the AFL ball. I said, AFL is very easy because you hold the ball in your hand.
That's right.
And
you
we
got
all
it.
grew up playing in Australia. I played as a kid. We all grew up learning
Yes.
how to kick an AFL footy.
That's true, yeah.
I've also taught rugby players how to kick the ball. Rugby, I've done AFL, and I've done, obviously, soccer.
Yep.
So if I can do AFL, if I can do soccer, there's very few people who can do that. And they still,
That's right.
unfortunately, whoever it may be. Now, James Johnson, if he's listening,
Oh, he's listening.
if you
all right.
want to win, if you want to start winning and developing, I'm right here in Melbourne, right?
Exactly.
I'm right here in Melbourne, and I can tell you I will get better results than you've ever seen. You give me the players, but they're going to be under scrutiny.
That's
they're going
right.
to have to train harder, and they're going to have to do a lot of work. They're not going to be sitting around. They're going to be averaging 2 to 4 hours of training a day, not 1 or 2 hours a day.
Con, we've run out of time right now, but
And
we
he's-
thank you for coming on.
he's
And I'll tell you
right
what,
on
we'll
the
get you
money.
back on. Listen to me. We might get you on for a debate with Andrew Burnell. Would you like to do that?
Ooh,
That'd be
good.
fantastic.
Yeah, I've known Andy for a while.
And we should talk together. I
that'd
want to
be a
start a
good one.
show with him on skills. If we can do something like that, I'm very happy to do that. I'll speak to him as well, okay? So,
Can,
Con,
I
Alright.
say one thing before Con goes?
Yep.
You said it, Con. Jimmy Johnson has to listen to the past who have played at the best level we have here. Clearly, you...
But let me quickly clarify.
Yes.
It's not that I've played, okay? Now, they put a couple of people on the board, ex-players, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
They put a couple of players on the board. the thing is, they haven't developed one player in the last 10 years. They haven't been involved in developing the player. I've been developing it. I know how to do it. Just because you played at a high level, it doesn't mean you can teach it. It's a different skill to teach it.
It's a different skill, but obviously if you had those skills and you had the great coaches, you know what you're talking about, and you will get the success. There's no doubt.
I know that, but
some
it's
great
not just
players.
knowing. It's just not knowing the knowledge. It's how you interpret it and pass it on to the actual students. That's the hardest bit. You got to, so they understand how to do it, and then you've got to design the exercises specifically for that player. If you don't, because every player is extremely different.
Look, all right. We've said it before. We totally agree. Why you're not in there? I got no idea what the problem is. If we can do anything, we can push anything forward. I mean,
we will try and next.
We know this. We know this, but they just don't. Yourself, Craig Johnson, big names here, and they just brush them aside.
Con,
it's sad. It's sad.
We'd like to thank you, Con. We'll get you on in a few weeks.
Right.
Speak to Andrew Bennell, and gave the Matildas. I think they've got through. So, Con, thank you very much.
They're still playing. It's 4-3. There's about a minute to go.
Well, we should be getting through. Con, thank you very much for this valuable time and fantastic
Thanks,
information.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Con. Beautiful, fantastic. Mate, the guy should be used in a way where we can improve players and do things. Andrew Bennell, all these people that have come on and speak to us, everyone out there, we know what's going on here. We know there's something going on here. When you've got these sort of people who've got this expertise, you should be using them. We are talking specialist coaches here to improve players and develop them better than what's going on right now. So watch this space, guys. Watch this space for the next few weeks, and we're going to get a few guys on together and speak together and see if we can get some kind of forum happening so they can bloody well hear it out there. That's what we should be doing. But, guys, we're going to call Carlos Bielli. He's going to talk to us about the Matildas right now for the next few minutes, and then we've got the football S quiz is coming. We've got a prize coming after Carlos.
Question one.
We're going to get Mr. MPL come on, and you've got 5 and he's got 5. We're going to have a winner tonight to receive a 1-year subscription to CTV Network.
Where is it?
Right there, right in front of us. CTV Network. Watch that, guys. We're going to get Mr. Carlos Bielli right now, guys.
Carlos on.
And the game, we should have won it by now. And the Matildas in the semi-final. There you go, guys.
Well, what is the score now?
He says 4-3. 4-3. Let's get Mr. Carlos on right now, guys.
Who's winning?
Australia, 4-3.
Oh.
Yes, Harry.
How are you, Mr. Carlos? How are you?
Good, man. I'm watching. I just turned the volume down for the
How are we going? I hear we just got a message saying 4-3. Is that right?
4-3, yeah, with 2 minutes to go into added time.
Let me tell you something right now. I left the game at half-time because I had to set up for the show tonight. A lot of people are watching tonight for this quiz that we got very shortly. It was 1-0. I said, okay, yeah, the girls are playing well. They should be. Then I rang up Con Boutsianos to come on, and Con says, no, they're now 2-1. I said, what? My God.
Yeah.
How do we feel? How do you feel now?
Well, I think I'm going to grab my aspirin.
Is that type of game, is it?
Why don't you grab a beer
I'm getting a headache just listening to what you just said.
There you go.
What you just said give me a headache now.
Yeah.
My God.
It was about 30 seconds to go.
Are they holding the ball? Are they holding the ball?
We're holding the ball.
That's good.
So what happens, Carlos, if they win? Do they progress, do they?
Of course, semi-final.
And who will they be playing?
Semi-final.
Who are they facing?
He's the winner of Sweden and Japan.
Ooh, Sweden. We lost to Sweden, didn't we?
We're going to hit a brick wall. Got done to Sweden, last week? 4-2, wasn't it?
I know, but anything happens in sudden death football.
Right. Yes, it
does.
So
it's a totally different ball game with sudden death.
You're on the money there.
So now we're finished. Is that done? Are the girls celebrating?
Not yet.
How many seconds?
That's it.
We're in, guys.
We're named
Everyone.
the semi-final 4-3.
So they lost 4-3, did they?
4-3 they won. What are you talking about, mate? Jesus.
Dunkirk force 2, Kennedy 1, Mary Fowler 1.
Yes.
Ellie White from England 3, and the English missed a penalty.
That was the best thing.
Tegan Mika saved.
Unbelievable. Now, Carlos, this is what you just said to me, and I was thinking to myself before. They're playing as Great Britain. They're playing as Great Britain. I mean, that's ridiculous because it really is England. You know what I mean? Yes.
Well, no, they do have a player from Scotland. They do have a player from Wales, but he's not a player from Northern Ireland. But there's 17 players from England and the balance come from Scotland and Wales. But it is an unusual team because England qualified for the Olympics by finishing third in last year's World Cup.
Yes.
And then that team becomes Great Britain, so which they did it for the 2012 Olympics, but didn't do it for the 2016 Olympics. So it is Great Britain. Now they're going home. We're going on to the semi-finals.
So now the semi-final will be played, will be on the weekend, is that right?
on the
Sometime in the next few days.
Against a Jets.
Well, it will be, let's have a look. It's Friday. It'll be Monday or Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday. Okay.
Then Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, the final. So it'll be Tuesday.
Amazing. So
Now, how did Claire Polkinghorne go? I believe she was under an injury cloud. Is that correct?
Claire Polkinghorne came in the second half of extra time when we were 4-2 up. He went back to a flat back three against England, Tony Gustafsson, and he put Alana Kennedy and Claire Polkinghorne started on the bench. And then she came back into she came into this at the beginning of extra time when we were 4-2 up and with 20 minutes to go in the other time. So she came in to beef up the midfield.
Yes.
But three headers, the English, once again, both the Oileroos and the Matildas at times cannot keep the ball or pass properly or defend set pieces. But forget about that.
Yes.
The girls have their ever best finishing. They have gone to the quarterfinals in Athens. They have gone to the quarterfinals in Rio and went out. Now they have gone one better, which is the semi-finals, which puts them in the top 8 in the world.
And you know what, Carlos, about that? They weren't giving us any hope before the Olympic Games. Remember, they were losing all these games. The girls were losing practice matches left, right and centre. So something must have clicked. Something must have clicked right now. Something must have clicked, yes.
I think there's a lesson for Arnold here.
Yes.
That Tony Gustafsson did not build up the expectations to be for the Matildas to be world beaters.
Yes.
Graham Arnold built up, and maybe rightly so, to give the boys self-belief. But everyone believed that after Argentina we bring in the gold medal because Arnold said so. So he needs to eat some humble pie.
Exactly.
And any other football association would have given Graham Arnold a one-way ticket to Centrelink. But we don't.
Well, so it's fair to say, Carlos, that Benedict Arnold is making stupid comments. You just can't say that when you know they're not that good. You rev them up, you hype them up. I don't think that does any good. I wouldn't be surprised if the players were laughing at him when he said, what did he say? We're going to be world beaters and
we will shock the world.
We'll shock the world. Now, come on,
shocked us yesterday,
seriously, mate. I mean, really, you can't say that. That is stupid.
Exactly.
Well, it is. If you look at the other way, Frothy, it is reverse psychology by trying to instill self-belief into a bunch of maybe third-class or third-rate players, because we were found to be third-rate players because we couldn't cope with the close ball skills of the Egyptians. Never mind when we chose to park the bus and pray against Spain, and we were lucky not to have lost 4-0.
Exactly.
But anyway, the games were lost because the tactics were wrong by Arnold.
Yes.
Too timid against Spain, and when we had the ball, we just gave it away. And against Egypt, when we had to draw at least to win, we go with a back five. What's going on?
I know.
But anyway, hopefully he learns from it.
I have something for you, Carlos, and I was thinking about this yesterday. This is very important, I'll tell you right now. Now, we talk about our basketballers doing well in the Olympics. We talk about specifically our hockey teams. Our hockey teams do very well. But you know what, Carlos? It's really funny here because hockey's a very low, how can I say this?
Profile
game. Basketball's up there, but we have our hockey teams it's very similar to football. As you can see, they use a ball. Instead of using the foot, they use a stick, right, with a harder ball. They've got goalkeepers and everything. But you know what upsets me is this. those games are much low profile, but we excel. We excel. And it is really funny how we cannot excel in the world game. And we can excel in these other ball sports. We're really low. But, you know, this is the thing. And we are actually playing teams in hockey, in field hockey, that are very high up as well in their countries. But our hockey, our field hockey, is not as popular. It's very funny, isn't it, that we can excel higher in hockey, but not in football. Very similar games. What do you think of that?
We can excel in football.
Of course we can.
But we're yet to find a true playing identity.
Yes.
Every coach has come in from Rock, Thompson. We're yet to define what is a playing identity. Obviously, we're not good at parking the bus. We like to have a go, like the Matildas do. We like to run at people. So why not come up with a unique Australian football stuff?
Yes.
Back 3, 5, 4, 3. I don't care, but let's not park the bus. We're natural athletes.
That's right.
The boys could run all day, and they were super fit, but ball skills were not there. Frank Arrock made up with the lack of skill, with a never say die attitude.
Yes.
You know that good old phrase, we are the mad dogs.
That's right.
And maybe we need to search and find a playing identity that suits our aggression. And some players have finesse and give them the room to move. But, you know, it is what it is. And the boys are coming home early. And
yes, disappointing.
Now we've got the World Cup qualifiers to worry about.
That's right.
Carlos, it's fair to say then, and Con said it too, there's too much of this going backwards again. That is boring. That doesn't produce, opportunities. Obviously, if you're going to hang around the back and park buses and park semi-trailers, what are you going to do? Or hang around the bar, drink beer. You've got to go forward. By going forward more often than not, obviously you might be able to create a few more chances, and sometimes those half chances might turn into something. But look, again, we know some players probably have got great ability to run their own show. But when there's coaches, and it's not only Graham Arnold, I mean, it happens mostly in the A-League, there's a lot of this crap going back all the time. And I believe some players have got ability to naturally go forward and create something, give us something. Yes. It happened in the old NSL. More often than not, it was happening. There wasn't much going backwards then.
It was going forwards.
And when we had Georgie Campbell on, I asked him the question: would he be himself, or would he? He couldn't really answer it, I suppose. Or would he take the coach's orders and go back? When we know Georgie Campbell was a natural, he could just take on 2-3 players with his eyes closed, I suppose. But it's all about how you're coached. If your teacher told you to do this, you're going to do that. So we can't really blame the players, can we? They have a coach to listen to. They can't go against his instructions. So it's a time to get someone else to have more of a positive attitude in pushing a little bit more forward instead of holding it. It's getting boring. It's getting really boring.
Well, going backwards per se is not a sin. It's what you do with the ball when you go backwards. Unfortunately, we haven't got a player a la Ned Selage who could go get the ball backwards and put a 40-metre pass to the feet of the runner. So somehow we don't going backwards per se to go forward and create danger is not itself a bad thing. But if you don't have the players to then put this long ball like a la Ned Selage or Oscar Crino to the which will land on the players' feet. So we don't seem to have the players to exploit. Going backwards creates space, but if we just pass it to the left, right without going forward, and becomes monotonous, that is where it becomes boring. But if we go backwards and have a surprise factor and we mix things around, like maybe a long ball, a splitting pass from left to the right flank, that works. And it worked really well when you had players like Ned Selage, Oscar Crino could actually Sharkov and other players who could just pass the ball 50 metres to your feet.
Exactly.
We don't seem to
Carlos.
have.
Yes.
Well,
We don't have the quality of players who have long range shooting like Boutsianos. He could
Exactly.
bend it like
Oh
Beckham.
my God. Yes.
Carlos, you were right, but you can also do that from the midfield. So once they got it in the middle, let's focus on pushing forward. Let's not go back again.
No, I agree with you.
You know, you've got it in the middle of the park, and we see it often. They just keep pushing it back because a lot of them. It's really strange, this game here in Australia, especially. They all seem to know how to hold on to it, but when they get close to the penalty box, it just goes haywire. It looks like they need someone to tell them what to do. And Boutsianos, he hit the nail on the head. They need someone like that to create more, more opportunities. They need some guidance. I mean, obviously when they go back, you never see the forwards really putting much pressure on them. So you can look like a superstar playing the back five. But what are you doing? I know you're resetting, but I don't know. It just happens too much. I actually get bored sometimes, especially when you're not winning. If you're winning, that's a different story. But if you're not winning, just push it forward, over the top, a few balls down the wing like the English.
We have
just
to
go
move
left, go right. Give us something.
We have to move.
It would also appears to me, and it's a worldwide phenomenon, that we have lost the art of the number 9.
That's true.
The way the world game has developed over the last 15, 20 years, the true centre forward is something that, or the art of being a number 9 and scoring.
Yes.
The game has developed where that player, there's a few in the world, the Polish Lodowski playing for Bayern Munich, he plays that to perfection, Giroud. But there are a few players left who have that art of being the number 9 centre forward, and the game has evolved. But it seems to me that we lost the art of having this lethal striker, who is the number 9, who's there to shoot and hit and do nothing else and score those half chances. We don't see. Maybe McLaren is one of them, who is a lethal striker, but Berisha is another one. But across the A-League, we seem to, or across the world, we seem to have lost the art of the scoring from the number 9. Maybe their playing system have changed.
Changed completely.
The wing backs have changed the game. Who knows? But we don't seem to have that true number 9. Since Mark Viduka retired, McLaren's probably the closest.
He is.
And Adam Targett, who being the true number 9, who could hold the ball, create space, and do the heavy lifting for others to run. But other than that, we see, even around the world, we seem to be lacking the clever play. Bayern Munich with Robert, I think, Lewandowski, he does it to perfection. Giroud, but the others, the new generation, it's a different game.
Development's not the same. Carlos, we're going to let you go at this time. Thank you for joining us tonight, telling us about the Matildas and the Olyroos, the way we're going. We've got right now...
Can I say one more thing?
We've got this quiz to go on right now.
Now, Carlos, this isn't soccer... football. I said the naughty word.
Football, please.
Sorry, I nearly said
football,
soccer.
Please, thank you.
Now, are you available tomorrow for a chat? Am I able to call you tomorrow? I know it's a Saturday.
Yeah, every time. You got my number.
Okay, lovely.
I'm in lockdown. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, I need to talk to you tomorrow about something which I won't discuss on air. And
that's okay. I'm looking forward to have the private,
lovely,
fantastic,
secret men's business conversation.
Thank you. I much appreciate it.
And this actually, guys, this segment was brought to you by Sea City Lawyers.
That's the one there. The lawyers that come to you. And have you still got your helicopter? Are you able to come out to Melbourne for us, are you? Or what's the go there? Is he still with us?
He's ended the call. He's ended the call.
Well,
guys, there you go right now.
Well, there you go.
Now, we're going to bring on Mr.
Another smart man.
Yes, of course. Yes. Now, we're going to be bringing on our football. That super quiz is coming on now, guys. Let's do it, man. Let's party. We're bringing on... He's lost the play. I thought
we was going to sing now.
Now, guys, right now, if you're along with us, we're going to be giving away a free CTV network.
There it is right there.
Network subscription for 1 year. One year subscription,
year?
200 movies. Football.
Holy Virgin.
Football is on there. German football.
Yes,
We're
and-
talking about Division 3 German football and,
And Division
futsal.
7 in the Greek League too.
Exactly,
apparently.
guys. So don't forget, guys. Got all sorts
Good
of stuff
quality there.
on Reds Cup. We're going to get Mr. Gavin Fisher right now, Mr.
Gavin
NPL.
Fisher's on, and what's
Gavin
he
Wood.
got? So he's got 5 questions.
You've got 5 as well.
I've got 5. Now, can I say them now? Now, I've played one game.
Not yet. No, he's not on yet.
hold
Want to get him
on
together,
there.
please?
I'm jumping the gun now.
I got to call him twice again, do I? I got to call him twice again, do
over
I?
here, Carlton Draft here. So it's got to be the best beer in town. I mean, surely. Well, 4.
I got to call him twice, I betcha. Here he goes again, doing this to us. Don't forget.
You might as well
One-
hang up and call again.
1 year subscription, guys.
1 year subscription.
Answer your bloody phone, NPL.
Now, come on, Gav. Do it for your country, brother.
Something wrong with his phone, I think. Are you
Hi,
there?
the person you...
He's not there. We're going to call him again, do we?
Well, give it another crack and you'll see. He'll
Oh,
come on.
my God, man. Here we
I
go
just got a
again.
message from Gav. He said, call me again. There
Here we
you
go again. There you go.
I just got the message. There it is.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Mr. NPL. Mr. NPL.
Hello.
Here we
Hey.
go.
Let's go.
Diggy, 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 ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Diggy, 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 ah, yeah.
Now, Mr. NPL, can we talk to you about this? You've got 5 questions. We're giving away
Are we
a...
doing that
Five
now, are
questions
we?
time, Harry. What's happening, mate? I was listening to Boutsianos, mate, before. It was good conversation.
Very
Yeah.
good. Now,
Hey,
Agreed with
Gav.
some of his points about the Ollie Roos and some
Yes,
of them I
yes,
didn't
yes.
agree with.
Well,
But,
you know...
that's all right. That's football.
Now-
But no, it was good.
Now, Gavin.
Good conversation.
Do you have the 5 questions?
Now, hold on.
Do I have
Hold
the,
on.
yes, Harry. I have the 5 questions.
Now,
right
Are
here,
you ready
mate,
with the
right in
5
front of me.
questions?
Now, hold on. I've got a question for Gav.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Now-
Scruffy, how you going, mate? What's happening?
Keep it clean,
Good,
please.
We
Get out of here, you mug.
Sorry, Gav. Horace is flying
Bloody,
over
you
again.
got the mug. I'm going to make you.
And that's Harry's fault because he books him in every Friday night. I've told
I'm
him.
going to get crazy, mate,
Get
right
rid of
now.
Well, I
Get
tell
rid
you,
of the crow, mate.
Machine gun.
Bring back
Machine
Summer Street, mate.
Get out.
if we catch Horace, we'll put him in the microwave and Harry can have him for dessert. How's that?
Oh, bloody, I'm hungry,
Now,
mate.
tell you what,
Kebab.
Bootsy, have you ever heard Bootsy so fired up? He is furious, isn't he? He
Con is furious. We all
I
are.
actually believe we weren't talking to the real Boutsianos, mate, because he's
yeah,
he's very
you know.
quiet. He was so different. Well,
Yeah.
fair enough. He's
I've got a
pissed
question
off.
for you.
A question for me.
Yeah, someone
I
called
think, look, you
John,
know, like-
John Theos
yeah, I-
says...
Sorry, Harry.
Yeah, you go, Gav. What was that?
I was going to say, I agree with a lot of the things, but Bootsy's he's a polarising kind of person.
Yes.
You either love him or you hate him.
Yes, well,
You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
I'm a bit
you're
like
kinda
that
like-
myself.
You're kind of like twisted. I am anyway. I'm kind of like stuck. To be honest, I'm kind of in the middle with him. Like I loved him as a player. Like, blah blah blah. I'm not talking. I don't want to talk about that. But I do agree with a lot of the things he said when it comes to Ollie Roos. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
yes.
especially when it came to the game. Analysing the games and the performances we put in against the teams we played against, I thought he was pretty spot on there.
He
You know
was.
what I mean? Like
He's right in a lot of ways, isn't he? He sounds like a frustrated man. He believes
yes.
he's got something that can help, a bit like Craig
Yep.
Johnson and Andy Burnell, but
Yep.
for some reason the big boys don't want these 3 guys, mate.
It's
I don't
funny.
know why.
Look,
I
as far
don't
as
know
I'm
why.
concerned, when it comes to this, when it comes to former
politics.
players
Politics.
becoming coaches,
Politics.
you got to do your time like you did as a player.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
When
fair
you're a
call.
player,
Yes.
you don't come into the first team and you're a star and you're dominating and you're flying and everyone's
That's
loving you and everyone's saying, look at this bloke, look how good, blah blah blah. You got to work your way up. You got
Absolutely.
to earn your stripes. You got to. You know what I mean? Get your experience, build your knowledge, build your understanding.
Well, Gav,
And
you...
I think that comes with coaching every day, every week.
Well,
coaching your own team, you know what I mean?
you are spot on.
And coaching teams, coaching in a proper environment. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Gentlemen.
And that's not a criticism of these people. I'm just saying, I just think you've got to start at the bottom and then make your way to the top. You don't start at the top
Okay.
and just stay there.
Gavin,
Well, can I just say this, Gav? You were spot on there. And our viewer, John Theos, I got him the job as a mannequin. He has to start
Yes,
from the
John
bottom.
Theos.
And he might be a CEO for Maya one day. So there you go. So a bit of positive news.
okay, gentlemen,
whoever this guy is.
John Theos
hang
has
on,
been
hang on,
busy
hang on.
tonight, mate.
We
He's
are-
doing
Who's this
a
guy,
great
John
Now,
Theos?
We've been having a crack
gentlemen,
coffees, that's
we
wonderful, mate.
need to get on with this quiz right now.
Well, let's get on with the quiz.
Now, let me just say what's going on, guys. If you just joined us, if you're there right now,
Okay, quiz.
we are giving out a 1-year subscription.
Is that 12 months, is it?
A 12-month subscription to CTV
yes.
Network. You get 200 movies. You get football. You
Yes.
get all sorts of sports as well. And then you also get, guess what you get on?
And the 17th division in Greece.
Football
How's
is
that?
on there live as well around the world.
Yes,
Football
they
is
can see
live.
us two clowns there, I suppose.
Whatever it is, whatever.
We might
Now,
get 2
now
viewers
Gavin,
there.
we will start with you, and we want everyone to please give your answers. I'm looking at the screen, and I will tell you what's going.
Well.
And I'm sure Gavin will be
Okay.
seeing him on the screen as well. Is that right, Gavin? You can see
Maybe
the
John
Harry, I'll
Theos will
read-
win the competition. You
Gavin.
never know.
Harry, I'll read the questions out, and then everyone can write the answers in the comments or whatever they want to do. I will
Exactly,
not give out
exactly.
the answers.
Let's have
I
a
will not
crack
give
at
the
it.
answers until you tell me to give the answers. Okay?
All
Okay,
right, makes
Gavin,
sense
your first one. Then we'll do one each. So one each. We
Okay.
finish
No,
to 10.
it's a fair call.
Okay, go for it.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. My first question is, who was the coach in the last NSL season in 2003-2004 for South Melbourne?
Now you've got a couple of seconds here, boys. You better hurry up here, please. Gavin, can you see the screen too?
Yeah, I can see it. I'll repeat the question again. Who
Yes.
was who coached South Melbourne in the last season of the NSL in 2003-2004?
Are we allowed to take guesses here?
No, we're not allowed to take guesses. People have got to answer this one correctly. Is there anybody out there answering that, please? We've got to move on to the next one. If you can't get this one, we move to the next one.
Well, maybe if Gav tells me the answer, at least I know. Can you,
You
tell
can't.
me, Gav,
We can't win anything here, guys. We can't give any
Well, no
clues.
one's
Oh,
listening.
there's 2 people watching to know that answer, but that's okay. Well, it's not that hard.
Give it a couple of minutes. Give it a couple of minutes or two, boys.
Last coach who coached us. Who was the coach who coached us in 2003-2004
2003.
NSL season, the last season of the NSL?
I think
He
I
took
actually.
us all the way to the semi-final, and we lost to Adelaide United 2-1 in extra time.
Can I give you?
Golden goal,
I can
mate,
give you
penalty.
one clue that it
Danny
could be.
Wright, wasn't it?
No.
And he coached another club in the NSL too. There's a clue for you.
Oh, that's not Mickey P, is it?
He was also a Socceroo.
Must be Mickey P.
I've given that clue out too. So is there anyone out there, please? Can you answer those questions?
Is there anybody
Okay,
out there?
I've got one here. MP. Who's MP? Can you please say the
MP?
words? Can you please give us the right answer? Thank you.
Nigel Peterson, wasn't it?
I
A
don't
couple
know.
people put in some answers. Couple of people put in some answers. Krenkovic, no, I'm sorry. A couple of people put in some answers. So anyway, I shouldn't say
Well,
yes or no. I just
all right,
a couple of people put in some answers.
Okay,
For
well,
that
let's
question.
go question 2. Look, we might go to only 5 questions.
Okay. Krenkovic is one.
Eddie Krenkovic, you reckon he was a
No,
Lions
Eddie
coach?
Krenkovic is incorrect.
No, I don't
Next.
think it was.
Next. That one's gone. Finished. Next.
Who's on? Me?
You're next, you're
All
next.
Right, now, hold on to your hats. Here
Even
we
if,
go.
Harry, even if people want, they can write all the answers at the end of the quiz in the comments.
That's right.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
they can
8,
do
9,
that.
10,
They can do that.
and an answer to each question.
Yep. Next.
And even
Frothy.
if they get one right, they win the competition as far as I'm
Well, we'll see how
concerned.
we go. See where we go.
Now.
Go on, Sophie. That's the way it's going, mate.
Go on.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry, go, mate.
Yep, I wore number 10 for my country. I am regarded one of the best players of all time. Who am I?
Would it be...
Well,
I'm not
say
gonna
it,
answer.
don't say it.
I've got an idea who that is.
yes, so have I. But you know why? Because I've got the answer right here.
Don't say it.
Well, number 10, he wore number 10 for Australia, and he's one of the best players of all time ever to play for Australia.
Well, no. Let's go by it again. I wore number 10 for my country. That could be any country.
Okay. Oh, it could be... Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, regarded one of the best of all time. Best of all time, he's one of the best
Jesus.
players.
We got one answer here.
Cahill would be one of the...
Three off the top of my head, mate.
We got one answer here.
Who's that?
Pele.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Spot on.
John Theos.
John... Who's that? Don't tell me it's that guy who works for Maya, is it?
John Theos.
Is that the mannequin? Let's call him the mannequin.
Okay,
now that
John
he's got a job.
Theos. John Theos won. There you
Okay.
go. Next.
Oh, put
Next
it down.
question. Yes, Gavin, your
Jot him
turn.
down for number 1 there.
Okay.
Okay, my second question
Here we
is...
go. Question.
Who is South Melbourne's top goal scorer in the VPL, NPL era?
I know who it is, but I can't say it.
Oh, okay.
Top goal scorer. And I'll even tell you how many goals they've scored. 123 goals.
Jesus Christ, mate.
That's from
Fernando.
2005 to
Shush.
2021.
Shush. Come on, guys. We want this. We want these answers, please. We've got one person with one question that's been answered. He could be winning the CTV Network 1 year subscription,
Was he
guys.
South American by any chance, Gav?
It's from 2005 to 2021.
Guess
who
who's
has scored the most?
Guess who?
Who has scored
I think
the
we
most
have an
goals?
answer. Who got the answer here?
Moraes.
Fernando de Moraes.
Yeah,
Is
guess
that
who?
the answer?
Yeah, guess who is? John Theos.
Oh my God! Well, John Theos on
Nobody
fire.
wants to play this bloody game.
Well,
it wasn't
there you go.
Fernando. 123
Oh,
goals.
John, you were too late, mate. John, you were too late then.
No, Fernando's
John
not
says.
correct.
Okay, here we go.
So we put down Fernando, is that right?
John Theos has said Fernando, and John Saz has said Fernando as well. I thought John Saz would know that answer. But anyway, that's okay.
So it's John.
We'll give him
Theos.
half a point each, mate.
No, well, I'll give him
It's
a
not
point.
Fernando. It's not Fernando.
Okay, next one is you, Frothy. Here we go.
Okay, let's go for this one. Who am I? I have won 4 A-League titles, and I'm currently unemployed.
Well, who's this bloke?
Well,
These guys should know this one.
4 A-League titles, currently unemployed. I got an idea who that might be.
Okay.
Apparently he was a salesman in Bulgaria or something, I heard.
We can't win anything. We can't say nothing. Please, guys. John Theos is leading 2, and nobody's around to answer the other ones.
John Theos is on fire now that he's employed.
Oh, well, I'll just say.
Yes.
Musket.
Kevin Muscat, no.
The big spitter.
Kevin
The
Muscat,
big spitter.
No, I reckon it was someone who played for the Victory.
Yes, but you know what, guys? We need that question right now. If we don't
That'd be
get
a clue,
that,
Frothies?
we're starting
That'd be a
again.
clue?
They can't
This
say
person
nothing
played
about
for
it.
the
Can't say it.
Give him a clue.
Can't give him no clue. We've got to go to the next one.
Well, he likes having a fight in the dressing rooms.
Now,
How's that?
That's fine. That's fine.
That's a good
now,
clue there.
gentlemen, the next one, Gavin, please.
Question 9, is it?
The third question for
Yes,
me
question.
is third question for me is it's to do with Australian football. It has a connection to Australian football, but it's not about Australian football.
Right, okay.
Who
Let's
is
crack at this.
Ange Postecoglou and Celtic playing in their first league game on Sunday morning at 5 a.m.?
Southampton.
That's
Southampton.
Southampton.
Southampton, mate.
I think I know what it is.
Southampton moved to Scotland, probbies.
It's a
West Hampton.
Scottish team, guys. John Theos
Don't tell me you got it right again.
got Barisha. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. Don't tell
He's
me.
looking at the bloody thing.
I reckon he
Now.
Can you see my answers?
I think
you got
the
a camera in here.
the camera, bloody. What's going on here, mate? Bloody
Are we
shit, mate,
bugged
bloody.
tonight? How can you see these answers?
Now, okay, Roger Adams. Roger Adams.
League game in charge as manager
Roger-
on Sunday morning, 5 a.m.
Roger Adams has
Roger
hearts.
Adams, mate. Roger Adams, spot on, mate.
Is he right? Roger
got
Roger has got one.
Finally answered one of my questions correctly.
Roger's got one. Roger Adams has got one
spot
there.
on, Rog.
How many more we got, boys?
Oh, well, I've got 2 more, haven't I, here?
I got 2 more too, Harry.
Okay, here's a good one here.
Roger's got one. Roger's the first one to get one of my questions correct.
All right, let's go for this one here. I played over 400 games. I retired about 20 years ago, and I debuted at 16 or 15 years old. The clue is over 400 games for one club. Over 20 years ago, I retired. So it shouldn't be that hard, that one, I suppose. Now, don't tell me this guy, whoever this guy is, John Theos, if he can answer this, well, you know what? He won't answer this, Harry. You know what?
Repeat that question again for us again, please. Is that all right? Can you repeat that?
Please, guys, we
again,
need to get
please?
this happening now.
Well, Gav, I was about to say he can't have the answer because I just made up a random question which doesn't exist of an answer. No, I'm only joking. No, I played over 400 games. I retired about 20-odd years ago. I debuted at about 15 or 16 years old for George Cross. Oh, shit, sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
I know who it is.
Well, I think I'll get
I know who it is. I'll say who it is.
Well, are you in the competition, are you?
Awama Bill.
Well, no, you're wrong there.
Jesus.
No, you're wrong there.
Awama
He hasn't
Bill.
played over 400 games. He hasn't even done 400 metres, let alone games.
Roger's saying Andrew Durante.
Have we got anything here?
John Theos is saying Damien Murray.
Nah.
No.
Okay.
Oh, can I check
I'd go with. I've got an idea who that could be.
Can we get?
I reckon Gab's got the answer.
What's the answer?
Come on, Gab.
We can't give the answer because they could give the answers at the end of the show too. That you can't do
Can
that.
I give him one more clue? He is still involved with VARFC. How's that?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Who the bloody hell is that man?
It's still involved.
Trimboli.
Right, yeah.
Trimboli.
Right, yeah.
Trimboli.
So who got that? John Saz.
Hey, someone just answered that correctly.
John Saz.
There you go.
Yeah, bloody
John
hell, mate.
Saz
We
is
need-
right on the money.
Right, John.
How many questions left, boys?
It's the John show tonight, by the look of it, isn't it? All these
What's-
Johns.
what-
Mate, now,
what's-
this is interesting, mate, how you mentioned Trimmers and Sunshine George Cross, because I got a question about Sunshine George Cross.
Well, you guys have just said there. Sorry, John Theos, you just missed out on that one.
He just missed
John
out, no,
says,
no.
yeah. So we've got how many questions left, boys?
Well, I've
I've got
got
2 left.
Yeah, 2 left. Yep. there
Okay,
we go.
you're next. No, it's Gavin
No,
first.
Gavin
I've got
Walker's
Come
talking
on,
about
boys.
Trimmers and George Cross. I've got a question about George Cross.
Oh, here we go.
What is George Cross's old? What is George Cross's grounds? Old grounds name. What
Skinner
is Sunshine
Reserve.
George Cross's
No.
old grounds name?
Skinner Reserve.
It's not
Now they're
Stevens.
Caroline Springs, George Cross. They have moved to Caroline Springs, but before that, when they played smack bang in the middle of Sunshine, what was the name of their ground?
Yes, that was Cow Paddock Reserve. That one.
Nice little ground. I love going there. I used to go past on the train going to work, mate, every morning.
Jesus, mate.
I thought that was it. Was Skinner Reserve? Wasn't that George Cross Ground?
He's giving me an answer here.
What's he got?
I'm drinking from the bottle of red. Get out of it, John.
Well, I'm drinking from a red bottle as well.
Now,
There you go.
boys,
Good
boys,
old Carl
we need to
Petrarca.
get-
Who's got that? Who knows what old Sunshine George Cross's grounds name is? Should know. It's a former NSL ground.
Well, that's what. Well, do
Well,
you
gentlemen,
know, Harry? Do you
I
know
don't
anything?
bloody- can't give the
It's
answer.
got a lot of
Can't give you
history.
the
It was a
answer.
great old ground. I love going there, mate. I used to go
Shithole.
past the train all the time.
Shintler Reserve.
Yep,
Shitler Reserve.
Shitler
Shithole
Reserve.
Reserve. Reserve's correct.
Is that
the
right?
Reserve part's correct.
Who
but
got
the
that?
Shithole Reserve's not right. Sorry, John.
Oh, come on, John. Just say the right thing, mate.
Yeah, it
Bloody
was
hell.
Shitler Reserve.
Come on,
Reserve,
guys.
Sutton Reserve, mate.
Okay.
All right, now we got one more question, have we?
No, we've got to wait for this one. We've got to
Oh,
get
okay,
somebody to
yeah.
bloody give us another
we
couple
go.
of seconds, and we're going to start going over the other stuff again, boys. Okay.
Okay, let's have a look here. So
Now,
we got.
who was the last? Who was the last one? That was John. That was Mr. MPL. Now it's yours.
That was Mr. Yep,
We,
that was
now
me.
go
That
on.
was my fourth
We got
question.
three. Before we go on, we
Yes.
have 3 guys. John says 1. Roger Adams 1. And John Theos 3. So you guys better hurry. Is that this is it?
Well, John Theos might get disqualified here because somehow I don't know how he's getting these answers because 2 of these questions.
Reckon it was Shintler Reserve. Shintler Reserve.
Was it? Okay.
No.
Well, here we go. Well, let's have a look at this. Let's see how smart the viewers
Roger
are.
Adams got one correct as well,
Yes.
Harry.
Yes, he did. I've got him. Yeah, he's got one dude. Roger Adams.
where's
I've got him here.
that
I've got him
question
here.
here?
I've got him here.
Okay, here we go. I played 138 games for my team. They have their jumpers are red and black in the 80s, and I was regarded as good as Oscar Crino. I shouldn't give a clue for this. All I can say, it's a very difficult surname to pronounce for the answer, and a very difficult Christian name too. I
Who's
suppose.
this?
Yeah, 138 games. The team I played for in the 80s was red and black.
Red and black.
Yeah, red and black.
Is that in this country or outside?
Well, I should say here. No, it played in Australia. NSL, red and black team, the old NSL, 138 games, and goes down as good as Oscar Crino.
Oh, not
Do you know who that might be?
or Jakov.
What's that? Is that a
Or
herb or something?
Zakov.
Well, how do you say that? bloke?
Zarkov or Yakov.
Zark. Well, that's the young fella there.
Guess who got it?
Who got that?
Theos.
Well, I think we've been bugged tonight.
Somebody's cheating here, I think.
Now, Horace the Crow must have a camera and he's flying to his house with a... Here he is again, Horace the Crow.
Now, they can't win. That's it. This guy's won.
What, is that it?
That's it. Well, you got one more there, John, if you want. You got one more there, Gavin, if you want to say it.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
okay,
all right, let's have a look.
What
yes.
year did Preston last play in the top flight in Victorian football?
Oh, 1936.
Jesus Christ, mate.
Was it about that, wasn't it?
We're going mad here, mate. That's what I know who was born then too. Jesus, mate.
Preston,
What year was
1936.
Preston in the when was Preston last in the top flight in Victorian football? NPL/VPL. Top flight.
I'm going 2009. How's that? How does that sound?
John Markovsky.
John another John. What's to go with the Johns tonight, Dan?
Markovsky we're talking about, is that right?
Markovsky?
Gavin, was it again?
Frothy's correct. 2009, mate.
Well, 1 point for me.
You can't play it.
But I got the right answer, didn't
no,
I?
that you can't.
Well, can I donate my answer to someone?
Okay, yeah.
I'll give it to John Saz. How's that?
John's got...
So who's the winner?
The winner is, don't you?
He's at the viewer that called us fat, is it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, good things come out of good things. I got him a job, and for once in his life, he's employed. How's that?
What's the final tally, Harry? What's the final tally?
John Theos 4, Roger Adams 1, John Says 2.
Well, there's only 8 questions. How can that be?
They didn't answer the ones at the beginning. Didn't answer the ones at the beginning.
Oh, sorry about that.
I didn't answer the ones at the beginning, boys. So there you go, guys.
Well, there you go.
Now, before we go,
we can announce John Theos. He's on a roll. He's found himself. Well, I found him the job. Now he's also got. Well, I tell you what. Now he's probably going to stay home all day, watch CTV, and he's probably going to watch us. But he can't now because he has to go to work. So
bad luck.
Maybe we can. Yeah, well, there you go. It's
the winners are grinners, mate. Winners are grinners, I reckon. Is that right? Winners are grinners. But the thing is, guys, next week we are looking at doing a special show on Monday night. Frothy won't be here. He won't be here, but we'll be doing a Monday night show. We're talking about Andrew Zinni.
Andrew
Zinni. We're talking about
who's this guy?
Brunswick Juventus.
Who the hell are they? Never heard of them.
Brunswick Juventus won a NSL title, boys, and it's a lost title. Nobody hears about them anymore, but they've won an NSL title. And Andrew Zinni did play for another South Melbourne team as well. Ooh. And his son also played there in the last few years. He's left as well. So, guys, we're going to finish off. Mr. Gav, there you go, Gav.
No,
successful type of
good speaking to you guys.
Good to see you, and hopefully when does the NPL start again? You know about this is a week. You know what?
This tonight, mate. It's back tonight behind closed doors. No one can go.
Is that right?
Who's playing?
Yeah. Oh, who's playing tonight, mate? I don't even know, to be honest.
Just make it up. We'll believe you anyway.
I'm pissed off about it, to be honest. Behind closed doors again. It's crazy, mate.
We also want to send a cheery out to everyone in Sydney, guys. We know what's happening over there. We know you've got no sport. We had the same problem last year here.
And on a serious note, Harry.
And as a serious note, we wish you.
Yes, can I say something too?
Get you guys to open up, open as soon as possible for you guys over there to get back into sports and the kids playing sports because it's good for their health, guys. So please, we send you a cheerio and hello from here in for football. That you guys get opened up as soon as possible. Frothy?
That's right. And can I just say, Gav, I'm being fair income here, as they say. You did say you were pissed off. We have something in common because I'm a little bit pissed at the moment.
Oh, really? I see.
There you go. Even though it's a cold night, I enjoyed my frothy tonight. It was quite good.
Well, you know, it's a bit cold, but we're fine.
Yeah, but that's all cool. So, John Theos, now how is John Theos going to watch CTV when he's going to have to work 8 hours a day?
Well, he can put a bloody phone in front of him here right now and just
maybe he can take a sickie on his first day.
Well, I'm going to have to give him the code. I will give him the code tonight.
Give him the code.
I give him the code tonight. He puts it in the CTV network and he just goes on it. That's it.
Can I give him the code now? I think it's JT69, is it?
JT69 sounds like a bloody drug.
Yeah, well, he can take that too if he likes. Nothing wrong. Now,
guys,
can you please stay on the line and sing with us, please? I mean, I've always wanted to do a threesome.
John
guys are crazy, mate.
He wants a conga. Roger's saying he wants a conga.
Come on, give us a conga, Harry.
It's not set up. It's not set up. Gentlemen, it's not set up for that. That's the set up. Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight, guys. Let's have this song happen and finish the show tonight for you. You're still laughing, man. He's lost the plot, guys.
Do that conga beat.
Thank you for joining Footballers tonight, guys. Live, yes.
Live. Saying conga. John said there's a special code.
Well, I can scream as much as I like.
Special code.
Whatever happens, guys. Don't forget tonight's show is brought to you by CTV Network. There is only one football. C City Lawyers. And don't forget, guys, also our new sponsor as well, Arrow Sports. Arrow Sports. Come and join us, guys, on Monday night at 9 p.m.
Go back to watch the Olympics, Scott Fisher.
I think so.
Scott Fisher guy.
Scott Fisher came back to watch the Olympics, mate.
Was that Scott or Gavin on the phone tonight, Harry?
Now is it time?
What about Carlos?
Never stop.
I reckon Carlos should play for the Olyroos, maybe.
Gotta be strong. We should have known right from the top. And when you feel the heat. Don't forget, guys, Monday night with Andrew Zinni at 9 p.m. We talk about one-on-one with Harry Sunday, Andrew Zinni, former Juventus and South Melbourne player, and Socceroo as well. Good night, guys. They've lost it, mate. They've lost it, mate. They've lost it. I'm going bloody crazy. They're bloody stupid here, mate. I've lost the plot, mate. Good night, guys. Thank you. I'm going to die. Good night, guys. Everybody join us on Monday, one-on-one. Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com.
There is only one football.